so we're taking this slow. Summer is officially over and I am gutted. At the same time, I always feel refreshed by the seasons changing, and it gets me in the mood of resetting and cleaning up all aspects of my life. It's this time of year where I often get things done, whether it's cleaning up my closet, trying new recipes, buying new key pieces for outfits I want to try, getting a haircut, you get the gist. I spent August doing all of those things, inadvertently sourcing inspiration and ideas for new projects I want to tackle. So let me show you how I've spent the last couple of weeks, what inspired me, and what's up next. Good morning. I am having a day of errands ahead. I'm gonna go to the hairdresser later in the afternoon. I'm gonna get a consultancy done. Like, I'm not actually gonna get my hair done because I had a bit of a box dye mishap like about 6 weeks ago. So basically what happened was my hair was completely natural virgin color from like the roots down to probably like here. That last bit maybe had a little bit of color in it, but it was all natural, which, you know, I'm lucky because I don't have any gray hair as of yet. So the thing is, when you have virgin hair, it's super slippery. It doesn't hold any curls or other styles that you want to do. It's basically the natural hair you have. That's what it is. So I feel like any type of styling really didn't take to my hair, and I got annoyed by that after probably a year and a half of having my natural hair, when before I had like balayage done and all of those things. And I finally snapped, which is never great, while I was in Austria. And silly me, I just went to the drugstore and bought box dye in a color that I thought was the closest to my natural color it could possibly get. Now, I also only bought semi-permanent color. I didn't buy a tint, thinking that, you know, it's not gonna last. It's gonna last for like 10 washes and then it's gonna be gone. Turns out that box dye had a bit of bleach in it, which for the structure of my hair is what I wanted because it's less slippery now. But it took on a bit of a reddish color that in the past I wouldn't have minded so much, but now I know my color is seasoned a little bit better and I feel like that red washes me out. Like, it's not great. So I'm thinking that hopefully the hairdresser will be able to fix my problem, maybe give me a bit of a gloss or a tint that is a bit of a cooler brown, more true to my natural color, and then leave it at that. That's kind of my plan. So that's the hair thing explained. The other thing is I am just on the cusp of releasing the Cleo shirt dress, which hopefully by the time you see this will have already been released. I'm currently working on the tutorial, filming the tutorial. I have already made another prototype for myself. I need to make a few tiny little tweaks to the pattern before I film the actual tutorial. And this time around, I'm also going to not only sew a version of the dress for myself, I'm also gonna sew a version of the dress in another size for my close friend Lorraine. And I thought that would be nice because it's cool for you guys to see my patterns and my makes on a different person. Just, you know, generally not always seeing it on me, but seeing what my products look like on someone else. So basically I have to sew the Cleo dress for myself and for my friend, which I've got my work cut out for me. So that's basically where I'm at right now. I also mentally am very much in the mood of spending money which I have about twice a year, usually around this time of year when seasons change, and then springtime, where I feel like I need to get basics for the season ahead. And this year I do want to buy a new pair of boots. I also want to buy a leather jacket potentially. I haven't really made up my mind about that yet, and then a few smaller bits and pieces. So I recently went window shopping, plus my online researches that I always do to see what's out there, and there's a lot out there. I do have a rule because I sew obviously most of my clothes myself. That's my mantra, sewing my dream wardrobe myself. There's a few things that I cannot make myself because I'm not an expert. So shoes and jackets and bags and those things I kind of like to buy. Also denim and knits, those are the things I'm allowed to buy. Basically the law of the land here. Anyway, so today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of me filming a tutorial, and then in the afternoon I'm going to take you to the hairdresser. So basically this is where I start. I'm just having my tea, then I'm going to clean up my room a little bit. I'm going to make a few tweaks to the pattern, and then I'm going to print the new version of it, both for me and my friend Lorraine. So let's go. makeup all done, so I'm ready for the day. But first I need to adjust that pattern. I also uploaded or told YouTube to upload a video of mine that I actually wanted to release yesterday. However, for some reason the upload took about 16 hours. My Final Cut Pro, which is the program that I'm using, has recently updated and it's changed a lot of things, and I'm thinking that maybe I'm exporting my files too big. Like the data files might be too big, so I need to have a look into this because 16 hours is not normal. So anyway, actually before I can adjust the pattern, what I need to do is finalize the details of this video, create thumbnails, etc, etc. So gotta do that first. So we're taking this slow. He just took literally a lock of my hair and he's going to do a couple tests on it, and then I'll come back in a couple days and check which option I like best. Never done that before, but I kind of like it. No need to rush. So checking back in with you after a couple of hours. It is now the evening. I have had dinner, I did some yoga, I had a walk actually. I spent probably 35 minutes on TikTok, and now it's time to be productive again. It is currently 7:15 and I actually still want to cut my pieces for the Clio shirt dress that I want to make for myself. I just recently struggled a little bit with my sewing mojo, not entirely sure why. Every time I start a project I kind of want to abandon it midway through, although everything's going fine. It's not like anything's there's stuff not working out. It's working out perfectly fine. I just don't finish it. So I hope that I set myself up for success tomorrow. If I cut all of my pieces now, we get ahead one step after the other. That's just part of being, you know, like a creative, I guess. Like if you make your creative passions your like day job, you just have to pull through it even if you don't feel like it. So even if your sewing mojo is kind of like non-existent at the moment, you still gotta do it. I'll cut all of my pieces now and then we'll reconvene tomorrow morning. Cutting is done. End of today. A couple of days passed and it was the late August bank holiday weekend, which is a big deal here in the UK. We don't get that many public holidays. So my partner and I decided to head to Battersea Power Station to do some window shopping. Battersea Power Station is a new shopping centre in a previously abandoned power station, as the name suggests, which was actually a big part of how the Great Smog of London came to be in 1952. If you've ever seen The Crown Season 1, you probably know what I'm talking about. The way they developed this historic building is actually pretty wild and impressive, but it still has a bit of an eerie atmosphere in there. Perfect if you're on the hunt for your next summer dress. Before I show you what I found, let me give you a bit of a rundown on what I was actually looking for. As I already mentioned, I would love to find some boots. These are the ones that I researched online that are kind of the aesthetic that I'm going for. I am looking for a black riding boot that has a low or medium heel and a wide, straight, knee-high shaft. The only real contenders were these three. There is a M&M shop in Battersea Power Station, but unfortunately they didn't have the boot there. I went to Massimo Dutti and other stores on Regent Street on another day, but also there I had no luck, as the boot either wasn't in store or looked horribly plasticky. Looking at you, Massimo Dutti. As I didn't have much luck finding the boots in person, I decided to order the M&M ones online, but more on that a little bit later. Here are some of my favorite windows and items that I pulled while we were at Battersea Power Station.
I was also in the market for some basics, specifically an oversized plain white t-shirt, which I found at Uniqlo. And while I was there, I picked up this gray merino wool long sleeve button down polo shirt, which looked very old money to me. You can never go wrong with that. Back to the hair story.
This morning.
Is he?
Yeah, you can basically see him.
Oh, yeah, you move on my thumb. Yeah, that's all right. Hello. So cute. All right, it is a couple of days later. I've just went to the hairdresser and had the most cutest run-in with a miniature Dachshund, which is my dream dog. And it happened to be my stylist's dog, so I was able to pet it, which was lovely. Anyway, I'm gonna get a couple of lowlights, a couple of highlights in the toner, and then hopefully the red is gone and my hair has a bit more dimension, which we love. That's the plan. I'm gonna go back there on Thursday, so 5 days from now. It's a couple days later. It's early morning, and today I feel like I gotta do some organizational tasks. I need to clean out my wardrobe. It's a total mess and chaos, and I feel like as the new season starts and I want to invest in a couple of new key pieces, I need to get rid of some other things. And I've noticed that there's a few things in my wardrobe that I haven't worn at all in like the last 6 months, so I think it's time to get rid of them. And I also need to clean up my workstation because it's a total mess, and that stifles my creativity and it also stifles my productivity. So today we'll tackle that problem.
it is a few days later once again. Today's the day where I was supposed to go to the hairdresser. They just called me and told me that my stylist is sick. So I went there 3 times in total for the consultation, and no, 2 times, sorry, for the consultation and then for an allergy test because they forgot to do the allergy test while I was there for the consultation. And then we made an appointment for today, and unfortunately my stylist is sick today. It's not obviously his fault. So I had the choice to either wait another week or go with a different stylist. And I chose to go with a different stylist. I haven't actually ever been with that specific stylist before, so I figured, you know, it's always gonna be a lucky incident if they're really, really good or really, really bad. So might as well go with somebody else, which I've decided to do now. And they also moved the appointment forward to 12 o'clock. So I'm actually gonna have a little bit of a bigger breakfast today, and then hope for the best. And I will have to explain everything again to the new stylist, but I'm sure she will know what to do. I'm an optimist, ever the optimist. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. Unfortunately, my boots arrived and they are not the perfect fit. They look amazing. I love the look of them, but the calf is too narrow, which is a problem often with boots. But they're mostly too narrow because the shaft of the boots is too short. It stops a good 8, 9, 10 centimeters below my knee when it actually should be knee-high boots. And I think that's why I don't feel comfortable in them. Like, I do fit into them, and I guess if I would wear them outside, nobody would think, oh, her boots are tight. But I'm specifically looking for boots that have a wide, high shaft that looks loose around the calf. That's the look I'm going for, and these ones unfortunately do not fit like that, so I will have to continue my research into the right type of boots. Alright, here we have the new hair. What do we think? Bit of a front view. 360. And that's it. That's the color, that's the cut. I think I got what I wanted. I am happy because I look more like myself now. The box dye mishap, the box dye accident is now in the past, which I'm really happy about. To call it an accident is actually not fair. I need to be a little bit more self-reflective. It was a mistake. Because I knew what I was doing. Technically, I knew what I was doing. It was too red, I didn't like it. You could see the regrowth. What I wanted it to do was that my hair was a bit more grippy and a bit more porous, probably not so slippery, which my natural virgin hair was. And now I think I got everything that I wanted, which is that my hair is more grippy, it is less slippery, and I have my natural color, and I have a good cut. And that's that. What could a girl ask for? You know what I mean? Like, that's all I need. Basically what they did is balayage, but it's very hidden because they put toner over it to get more of my natural hair color. And I think they nailed that because there's zero, you cannot see any regrowth. I'll report back in a couple weeks, but to me this looks a lot like my natural hair color. This more cooler tone brown just suits me so much better, I think personally. My features pop more, and it also goes to show that I think that I'm more of a deep autumn rather than a soft autumn. I'm a very, I'm a bit of a changeling in that regard, but I do think this darker color suits me better. What do you think? I want to hear your opinion. Alright, this brings us to the end of today's video because we've gone through a lot of things. What we got now is new hair, which was one of the goals. What we don't have are new boots, unfortunately, because I decided to send those boots back, unfortunately. They are my dream boots in terms of what they look like, but they don't fit right. Why? The shaft is too narrow, which, okay, my calves may be a little bit too wide, but I think the main problem is that they're too short. They stop a good 7, 8, 9, 10 centimeters below my knee, which I already explained earlier, which makes them, the most narrow part of the top of the boot isn't where it's supposed to be, which is why mainly they don't fit. Now, I've been told by some of you on Instagram that I could bring them to a cobbler and they would be able to widen the shaft because it's leather. That might be true. I haven't fully made up my mind about that yet, but I do think when you buy boots that expensive, because these boots are expensive, you want them to fit perfectly, and I still believe they're too short. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So new hair, no boots.
a few basics, got a t-shirt and a knit top, which isn't, you know, a huge thing. Cleaned out my wardrobe, which is fantastic. I'm very happy about that. And what I also have now is loads of inspiration. I do feel like my creative juices are replenished for this new season, which is great. You know, my sewing mojo has been a little bit slow in the last couple of weeks, but I feel like now there's more excitement when I think about new sewing projects. I've actually even gone fabric shopping already. I bought a load of denim, so be prepared. There's a lot of denim in your future if you know, are here regularly. Another thing that's in your and my future is the launch of the Clio dress, because I have completed my dress, I have completed my friend's dress. The pattern is graded and tested and ready to go, and I will launch it next week, Monday. I hope to see you there. It's a super versatile pattern that's really great for transition periods like we're in right now. It's just an all-round dress, and I hope that you feel as excited about it as I am. So next week you will see two different prints of the same dress, and you will also see the dress on a different body than mine, which I think is very exciting. I've never actually shown my products on somebody else, and now it's time. All right, super stoked for those things, and I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.